Like I said, so I have everyone that's tuning in. I got Nathan Ramachandra. He is the host of the In Our Hour podcast, over 700 episodes right now. And so, like I said, he's no stranger to this podcast as well. He's been on the show, I don't know how many times now.
Like 1,000 times.
Yeah, at least 10. At least 10. So but it's good to get you on here. Like you said, it's your last weekend before you go into you guys correctional officer academy. Yeah. Tell us a little bit about that, how you've been so far, how you've been and everything in the show, but tell us a little bit about your transition now going into the correctional officer academy.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm going to make a formal announcement tomorrow. So people know, so the people don't get worried that the show is going to stop. The show is going to keep going when I'm gone. And I'm going to make an announcement tomorrow saying that my co-host Alyssa, Charlston, and some other people that, including you, you'll be helping out her some days, and because some of the days she can't because she's busy with Gonzaga. So I have other people in good hands to help her out with the show, and you guys have, and you guys also. And like I said, the content will still be there. Don't worry, everyone, because this show is going to keep going, and I feel confident in Alyssa and all these other people that will help her out, that they're going to continue getting guests when I'm gone, and this show is going to keep rocking. So, but yeah, so it's going to be. I'm kind of nervous for this transition, but this is like a career that I always wanted to be in the law enforcement, and but obviously I have two things now. So with this show. I can easily get a job at ESPN or some other sports network after either I can do both at the same time, or after the correctional officer career, I can get a job at sports journalism. So I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop pursuing that. I'm going to continue pursuing that while I'm working on this officer thing. But at least now I have two options that I can work with. It's always good to have multiple options in your career. And the academy is no joke. If anybody doesn't know what it holds. You might, when I come back home, you guys are going to see me a changed man, maybe skinny, lose some weight. There's no joke over there. They yell at your faces. Obviously with COVID, there's some restrictions for them too, obviously protocols. They have to be 6 feet apart when they yell. So that's one thing, but they're still going to be yelling at our faces. And it's all about it's all about in the mind. It's a mental game. I actually have a lot of friends that are in the same field. In the correctional officer field, they keep telling me just play their game and go with it, and do the things they ask you to do. And if you do it, then you'll be fine. And like I said, I had Joe Frazier Jr. on the other day on the show, and he told me a good thing, saying have the same mindset you have with the show, and you'll be fine. So I'm going to take this mindset that I have here with the show and take it to the academy, and good things will happen. And obviously, it's going to be some ups and downs in the academy, but I'm going to get back up. Show the people I can do it, and see where it goes.
Yeah, I think that's how you say. Congratulations on the transition, and the best of luck to you on that transition. I know how hard you've been working. Like I said, we connected and always stay in contact almost every day. And you got the grind, you have the work ethic, and you'll definitely do well with the transition. And as you said, the show will still go on. I had your co-host on last week, Alyssa, and we were talking about it. And she said, she's gonna definitely keep the show rolling. And I know you've reached out to a few other people. And I told her that she needs any help with just even getting guests, or if she just wanted me to help out as a co-host. She has my information, and she said she's definitely gonna hit me up. So I'm here to help you out as much as I can too with the transition of from you to her. But I think she'll be really, she's well versed in it, and definitely will do well with the transition. So yeah, so the
you
show
never know. You might see some Gonzaga people on the show.
Yeah, that's what she was saying. Yeah, she said she's got connections too, so she'll be fine with it. So your show's in good hands with Alyssa. Again, shout out to Alyssa Charlston.
Yeah.
And follow too.
No, sorry to cut you off, but I sent you guys all my information except for Instagram. I'm going to send you guys the Instagram information so you guys have it. I trust all you guys, so that's the reason why I sent all the information to you guys, because I trust you guys that you're going to keep the brand. And So I'm going to send all the Instagram information. I sent you the Twitch. I sent you guys the Twitter information. So I just have to send Instagram information.
That's cool. And like I said, Alyssa she'll be driving the, she's the main one. But Miss Mocabella in the chat room says, best of luck to you.
Thank you.
T-Rod said the same thing. The show must go on. And then he said, I don't know how I'll be able to contribute to the NRR, but I'll be down to be a guest. And yeah, like you said, whenever, Alyssa will reach out and it'll be fine. It's going to still do well. Like I said, it's been successful to this point. So it'll continue to be successful.
Like Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I'll be back.
Yes. You'll be back, another change man, a different person, but the same, the same person. So yeah, best of luck to you on that. But I was gonna say, tell us what you had in store this week. You had some big guests this week as well. So tell us a little bit about, you reached 700.
Actually, so thank you. So obviously, I just want to say a big shout out to all you guys, and you guys, even your guys, BS3 Radio. I want to have a big shout out to you guys. You guys are doing amazing with your stuff, and
thank you.
Get in the Real Deal podcast. So not only my podcast, everybody's show out there, they're doing a fantastic job. But for the NRR, I just want to say thank you for everyone's support, just watching the shows, and obviously we're at 712 episodes. Actually, Courtney will be 713 today. So
yeah, I'm glad to be. We're doing the back-to-back episodes later on. So tune into Instagram Live, the NRR Instagram Live at 1:15. So we'll be doing another segment on his show. So I said I had to contribute on one of your last shows, so it was only right. So definitely, but let's get. Go ahead.
Yeah. So sorry, and then Monday. Actually, this week we had some pretty big time guys. Actually, the 700th episode was Johnny Damon, and obviously, if you guys know, he's been in the news lately, but for some bad things. But hopefully, they get resolved. But I had him on the show for the 700th episode, and then this week we had Mark Sanchez, former Jets quarterback. That was awesome. And I had Joe Frazier Jr. and we had really good guests this week, and I think we had a successful week. And I'm working on bringing on a guest for tomorrow, so hopefully that comes to fruition before I leave. But all in all, what a perfect week, and to be able to have Mark Sanchez on, and shout out to his assistant for making that happen. And so that was amazing.
Yeah. It was you've had, like I said, you've had a lot of great guests almost each and every day, or close to every day and everything. So, but yeah, everybody continue to support. Like I said, the NR Hour, continue to support the podcast. Like I said, Alyssa will be driving that, and she does amazing work as it is. And follow her on all social media platforms as well. She should definitely kill it. But let's get into some of these sports topics. I know. Yeah. Everyone that knows me, that follows me, knows I'm a big Eagles fan. They know that I was a big Carson Wentz fan, and now he's traded. They find the Carson Wentz era is over, and he got traded to the Indianapolis Colts earlier this week. There was all this talk. He gets traded for a third round pick and a conditional second round, which can become a first, with some conditions and things like that. So the Eagles didn't get a lot. They thought they were going to get a whole lot, but this guy, Carson Wentz, his status has been super on low because he struggled last year. And I know there was a fractured relationship, but I want to get your opinion first. I'll tell you mine and after. But what do you think of Carson Wentz going to the Colts now? And now he's playing with the guy, the coach, Frank Reich, where he had his best season, the Super Bowl year, where he, before he got injured, he was having his best year. That's his best year. And so what do you think of that transition, and where do you think the Colts will go now with Carson Wentz?
Yeah, so actually I had a few Colts people on the show recently. Had Lara Overton, she covers the Colts. I had Jared Johnson, the Colts offensive coordinator, quality coach, was on the show. But they didn't know any inside scoop that time. But what a great trade for the Colts, man. I think huge move for Indianapolis. Obviously now they have the guy. Hopefully it pans out. For them to not be able to give up too much for Carson Wentz, that's a good thing, and they get to keep some of their players. I was expecting the Eagles to get a player back. That's what I was expecting. But I guess the Eagles with their draft picks, good for you guys. But man, I think Carson Wentz being back with Frank Wright. That's going to help a big time. And if you were surround them with the offensive line, they need a couple more offensive line pieces. But they have they need, and also another weapon for him. But this team is set, man. I feel like their defense showed it last year, the top defense. And once they get the offense situated, watch out. I think Indianapolis is going to be one of the top teams in the AFC.
Yeah, if they get the Carson Wentz, I mean, if anybody can unlock the struggles that he had, we know how his struggles were. His struggles were documented. It was out of his mental. It was offensive line for the Eagles. It was play calling, coaching, lack of talent around him. Whatever it was, it just didn't work out last season, and it hasn't worked out the last couple of years for the Eagles. And for me, like I said, the relationship was already fractured, so it was only a matter of time. I thought that they were going to get rid of him. I don't think it could have been fixed at all. But it just shows you that the Eagles, to me, have been like, to me, for them to lose Carson Wentz the way they did, and now they don't even know if they want to even give the keys to Jalen Hurts now to lead. So it's almost like they're in a rebuild mode. I think they're becoming more of like a laughing stock in the league right now. To tell you the truth, for real, like the Eagles, the organization from the top down, Howie Roseman, which I think he's the one that should have been let go. Like it shouldn't have been just Doug. I mean, Doug Peterson, he had his own issues with the play call and things like that, and not getting along with the front office. But I think it was Howie Roseman, like. He selected these guys. He's got these guys that he's drafting. So he's not that great of a talent evaluator. So now, with Carson Wentz, you just have this thing like they just didn't get along anymore, and that was their doing. They wasn't giving him enough weapons and involved. But like I said, some of it's Wentz too. So now him with the coach, I think it's a good move. I think he can kind of resurrect his career. Like I said, Frank Reich knows him. He coached him. And now that he's on a team that has weapons, that has a great offensive line, a good defense, a playoff team, so now there's no excuse for Carson Wentz not to thrive on this team moving forward. So best of luck to him. I'm still a fan of Carson Wentz because the talent's there. It's just now if this doesn't work, then I don't think it's going to work. I think they were the only team that it made sense.
Yeah, so I think. The big question here now, what for you guys? What are you guys going to do with Jalen Hurts? The question is, do you think the Eagles trust? I mean, my question is, does the Eagles think Jalen Hurts is capable of being a starter? I think he showed it last year that he could be, but obviously now you guys need another quarterback to have some competition here. So I wonder if you guys will look in the draft or look for a veteran free agent. Or maybe make a splash move, but we don't know. So that's a big question for me. Who? It's either Jalen Hurts. Obviously, you need a backup, or you need look for another starter. I think those are the big questions right now for the Eagles.
Yeah, those are the big questions. The Eagles have a lot of big questions because, like I said, they don't. I don't know what direction they're going in. Like they didn't even announce that they were actually giving it to Jalen Hurts. You would think he's the next man up. Now, last year he played 4 games. He's uneven, he had uneven performance. He definitely did well that first game, but then the last 3 games he was okay, okay to mediocre. So, but it's a small sample size. So I say give him a shot, let him play. He's young, let him play. They got a new coaching staff, they got a new system, they got a lot of young talent, a lot of young players, I should say, on the offensive side. So they should let him play, but it's unknown. They could go for a splash. They could get another. They do need another quarterback. He's the only quarterback on the roster right now. So they're gonna need somebody, even if it's a veteran backup.
So you guys have Nate Suffield, right? Still there?
He's a free agent. Okay. So I don't think he's coming back. So I mean, he was Doug Peterson's guy. So him and Wentz were it was Wentz, Foles, and Sudfeld. That was the 3 guys for a long time. And so I think they should give Jalen Hurts at least a shot.
Yeah. Yep.
See what he's got. I know they got the 6th pick. There's talk about them going another quarterback, but I don't want them to go through that again. Like get a high pick again in the quarterback, and it just shows you that they don't really know what they're doing. So when it comes to evaluating talent, so there's some comments in the chat room. T-Rod says it's the Colts won the Carson Wentz trade. The Eagles still have to deal with Wentz's
Yeah,
contract. Yeah, that's a big. Yeah, that's a big
that's
thing. It's a $33 million cap hit. It's
yeah.
the biggest in
Jesus.
history. It's crazy, man. So yeah, they get a third and a second round pick out of it. Plus Wentz gets reunited with Frank Wright.
Yep.
Yes. The only concern is Wentz's injury history. Yeah, his injury history is still a question. That was another thing too. The questionable injury history that he has. Now the last 2 years he's been healthy. So that's a good thing. And now he goes to a good offensive line. The Eagles' offensive line just took a decline. They had too many injuries. But now he goes to the offensive line with the coach that can block and that can, I think Phillip Rivers was only sacked like 19 times last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that helps out. I think that helps Carson Wentz out. So we'll see. I think the Colts, if Wentz gets back to what he was, the Colts will be a dangerous team in the AFC. They'll be up there with, I think it's Kansas City, Buffalo, and then probably the Colts right after that. So they could be Super Bowl. They could be contenders. I'll say that.
You know what's funny? It seems like you and the Colts are trading pieces back and forth. First it was Frank Wright, and then Nick Sirianni coming back, and then now Carson Wentz. But here's another situation I think that people should be watching for. Jacoby Brissett. He can be a good backup quarterback for you guys. With Nick Sirianni reuniting with him in Philly, I think Jacoby Brissett, if you have him as a backup or even maybe he's shown that he can be a good quarterback in the league in the past years. But if you can get him as a backup quarterback, and then that's a good get for you guys. I think Jacoby Brissett, the Eagles should go after him as a backup.
Because Jacoby Brissett is he's a quality starter, and he can, he's got experience. He has experience, starting, and then he was in New England too at one point with, so backing up Tom Brady. So yeah, that could be an option. The Eagles got some options. They're gonna definitely have to get another quarterback, at least two more at least, because you can't just go in there with just Jalen Hurts. But I think they should definitely give him a chance. He brought a spark he did bring a spark to the Eagles offense last year when they was just stuck in the mud all season. So, but I said, best of luck to Carson Wentz. I wish we could have kept him, but it was just too much going on around him. I don't know if it was lack of leadership, like I said, mental. It could have been a little bit of everything. So it's coaching. And then there was a report that him and Doug Peterson didn't even talk most of the season at all. Yeah. So it was just it was a bad situation. And it finally happened. I knew they were trying to get a lot, but his stock was just way too low for them to get that Matthew Stafford type of deal. The Eagles weren't going to get that at all. But I think the Colts actually they did well. They didn't have to give up much, and I think the Eagles kind of got fleeced on this deal. So, but they got rid of Wentz, so now they got to move on. They got to move forward. So we'll see what happens in the offseason. Offseason is going to be crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to miss most of it because I'll be at the academy. Actually, I'm going to miss a lot of things when I'm at the academy. All-Star game for NBA. I'm going to miss the start of baseball season, and man, but when I come back, I'm sure I'm going to be all caught up, obviously with the stuff. But it's going to be I'm going to miss out on some good things here in the sports world when I'm in the academy. But obviously, I'm going to be updated with the show still going on, and hopefully some big moves happens during when I'm at the academy. So yeah, so I think a lot of crazy moves is going to happen this year. But I've been here. I'm sure you guys are going to get. I'm sure you're going to get into Desean Watson because I'm hearing some big rumblings right now.
Yeah, let's talk about Desean Watson, and then we'll move on to a couple other topics that we were going to discuss. Let's talk about him, and they're talking Carolina was the the rumored team. They're open up cap space, and now they're going to try to see if they can try to get Desean Watson. They got Teddy Bridgewater right now, so I don't know if he'll be part of the deal. The Texans saying that they don't want to get rid of Watson. They said they're not going to, but if there's a deal too sweet, they might have to. It might take 4 first-round draft picks. What do you think, Desean Watson? What do you think of him maybe in Carolina if they pursue that, if they really pursue that move?
And I think they're willing to give up McCaffrey too.
Yeah, I heard that too. Wow.
I mean, here's the thing. I know Desean Watson obviously is a great quarterback, but why would you want to give up McCaffrey? I think that if you make this move, why would you just keep make the move to keep McCaffrey too? And that would be a crazy offense, by the way. If you have Watson and McCaffrey on the same team, that'd be insane. I think the Panthers. I mean, obviously, the Panthers are trying to go all in. I like what they're doing, but why not just keep your star player and bring in another star player? That's how you want to build a championship team. But I just don't get why they're willing to give up McCaffrey. Obviously, the injuries are concerned, but I don't know. I think Watson. Here's the thing. I know the Panthers are trying to clear cap space, but that's a risk. So what happens if they don't get Watson? Then they're in deep trouble.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's one of those things that Watson, he wants out of there. The Texans are a mess. They're another team that's just a mess from the front office to, the team's just not good. It was not good this last coming season. And now Watson wants out, and there's so many teams that can use him at the quarterback, New England, you said Carolina's involved, the 49ers. I mean, there's so many teams. I would even put the Eagles in there. Why not? Even though they won't be able to they probably won't be able to get them.
I'll put my Cowboys in there too.
Yeah, never know with Dak and everything. So, but like he said, T-Rod says, please no, I don't want Watson on the Broncos or send him to the Jets or the Panthers. I mean, yeah, but if they get rid of McCaffrey, if they can keep McCaffrey and they can get Watson, that's a whole different thing. Whoever gets Deshaun Watson, top 5 quarterback, top 5, top 6 quarterback, is going to be a legitimate contender depending on where he goes. I know he talked about the Jets. I don't know about the Jets. Even with Watson, they would have to get so many other pieces around him. The Panthers were decent, but I think the 49ers will be the best fit for him. Yeah, and that actually could work. With that coaching staff, and they still got a legit defense. If say he does go to San Francisco, oh my goodness, that would be because you got that division.
You get the Deebo Samuel on there, and you have it's crazy.
They got a team if Watson goes there, look at the quarterbacks in that division. You got Matthew Stafford now with the Rams.
Russell Wilson
if he stays in Seattle. Kyler Murray, and then Deshaun Watson. That would be they're probably already the best division in football right now, but the Jets have a lot of cap space and the number 2 pick, so they can sweeten the deal if they want. But
that's like LeBron, Kawhi, and Jokic. Man, it's like the Western Conference of the NBA or NFL.
Yeah. The quarterback situations there is good, but there's so many quarterbacks that could be moving, and like I said, Watson's is part of that. I know we talked about it before, the quarterback moves that may happen. Russell Wilson, he didn't say he wanted out, but it's maybe you had, like I said, Stafford moved, Jared Goff already moved, Carson Wentz, Nick Foles might be available somewhere as a backup. I mean, there's so many quarterbacks that might be on the move. So we'll see. Like I said, it's going to be crazy NFL offseason. It feels like the NBA offseason. Yeah. It really does. So, but let's talk a little NBA. The All-Star game is happening. First, do you think they should have the All-Star game this season?
Yeah, why not? Because for fans, man, all of us have been through a lot, and even the players and the coaches, why not have some fun? And obviously, you got to obviously stay safe and make sure everything's in line. But just go out there, have the All-Star game, have fun for these players. They deserve it. Have some fans in there capacity-wise. And obviously, it's not going to be the same All-Star game, but, I mean, why not just have it? I mean, the NBA is doing a good thing right now. And obviously, the season is successful right now with the protocols, and Adam Silver is doing a great job. Why not just continue it as an All-Star game? So I love what they're doing with that. Continue to go with it, and obviously LeBron and KD are captains, and this will be interesting to see what goes on there.
I know, it's just I was talking about this last week and 2 weeks ago. I don't think they should have it just because of it's we're we're living in still with the COVID and the safety protocols and they putting so many safety protocols in place. And I know it's all about the money, it's all about the entertainment and everything, but I don't think it's gonna. It shouldn't. It doesn't really matter to me because it's a exhibition game and it's supposed to be fun and
Where
it's.
where is
But
it, by the way?
it's
Where
in
is it, by the way?
it's in Atlanta. It's gonna be in
Oh,
Atlanta,
okay.
and I just don't. I just don't see it as it's worth it because all the other major sports hasn't had. They're not having an All-Star game. They canceled their All-Star games. The Pro Bowl was canceled. The Major League Baseball All-Star games have been canceled. NHL has been canceled. So NBA, I always say and a lot of the star players don't really want to play in it because they want to play in the regular. I mean, God forbid if something happens when they're at this All-Star game for the 24 players that are there and they get COVID and then they have to sit out. They don't want another shutdown. That's the only thing I don't want to happen. Yes, if the All-Star game's on, I'm gonna still watch it, but I don't know. I don't think it's a good move for the league in itself, but they're going along with it. It's supposed to, I think it's March 10th, I believe, or 7th. March 7th, I believe, it's the All-Star game. So they've named the starters. The reserves are coming next week. So but they're going along with it. And he said Adam Silver saying he's putting so many protocols in for the All-Star game. But we'll see how many players actually, even though they picked, we'll see how many are, because some of them already have said they don't want to play. They think it's not a good idea. So we'll see who's going to make it, who's going to be there, who's not going to be there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm going to miss the All-Star game, so I don't care. But I think I agree. But obviously we didn't get it. We didn't. The travel also is going to be, I think, an issue with some of these players. But it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. And I wonder how if people are going to watch it or I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know who's watching it, and the comments saying cancel the All-Star game.
Yeah.
If there won't be fans, it wouldn't be worth watching. All-Star game will be worse ratings than the Super Bowl and Daytona 500. It may be. So let the players rest. Yeah, they get 5 days off. I guess their thing is they're saying that if the players get some time off, they might go out and break protocol. Why not keep them in the confine? No, players will want to play. They want to play in the regular season. They want to try to win a championship. That's the main goal. I just think it's a bad look with COVID, and Miss Mocabella says she hopes hope the NBA knows what they're doing.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea this year. If they want to do it for money and for charity, and that's what I know it's all about, they can write a check. They can have players donate money or just write a check and just say, we're going to cancel the game for just this year until things get more safe. But they're moving along with it. But I mean, we'll see what happens. But since we're talking All-Star game, we saw the starters were named. What do you think? Let's go over the West. The West All-Stars was LeBron. It was LeBron, Jokic, Kawhi Leonard, Curry, and Luka Doncic. Anybody you think should have been? Do you think they should have been there? Do you agree with the starters?
Nope, I don't agree. I agree. I agree with the 4 of the 5. I don't agree with Luka, man. Who? No one puts respect on Dame Dollar. Man, this guy, I'm telling you right now, Dame Dollar, he needs to be in the starting lineup right now. I don't know what happened there. Damian Lillard is one of the best clutch shooters in the game right now as we speak. This guy is a flat-out shooter. He can score up to 60 points in any game. This guy is a star, and I don't know why he's not getting enough respect. The Trailblazers, if you think about it, they're having a great season this year. They're one of the top teams in the Western Conference. They're a great Carmelo having a fantastic season, and what a great he found a home in Portland. So what a great thing there. But Dame Lillard, no one's respecting him. So here's the thing: if Damian Lillard was in LA or New York or one of these big market teams, he would have got more recognition. I don't understand why these people don't see what Dame Lillard is doing every single year. He puts up consistent numbers, and I'm surprised that he's not a starter. And they need to do a better job with this stuff. And no disrespect to Luka, I know he's a stud too, but Dame Dollar's been it's been in the league longer than Luka. So
yeah, I agree. When I did my All-Star, me and James did our All-Star lineups last week, and we were talking about the backcourt with it was between Curry, Dame, and Luka. So I'm not mad at Luka getting in, but
yeah,
but I think that Dame should have got it. It should have been him and Curry. So so now Luka gets in. Luka's putting up huge numbers. Like you said, he's a stud. Of course, like that's no disrespect to him, but it should have been Dame. And what Dame's doing, and Dame's putting up huge numbers this year, and he's doing it without CJ McCollum. He's doing it without Nurkic. And they're I think they're fourth in the West, right? Third or fourth in the West right now. And Dame's leading them. He's doing so much for that team.
And Carmelo Anthony looks like back in the Syracuse days. So
yeah, right. Yeah, he looks like the old Melo. Yes, he does. He definitely does look like old Melo, hoodie Melo when he was. But man, I mean, yeah, Dame should have. I think yes, like I said, I'm not mad at Luka for doing it. In the backcourt, it's tough, but I think Dame should have been the starter with Steph. And
I'm hoping he's not a snub this year. He needs to get on the reserves.
He definitely got to be a reserve. He like I say, he's clutch. This guy, like, he's unbelievable. Like, I love Dame. I love Curry. I agree with the rest. Jokic, Kawhi, and LeBron, of course. So they had that right. I just think that it should have been Dame over Luka. But again, Luka gets in. That's fine. I'm not really upset with that. But I think Dame should have he should definitely get more respect than he deserves. I mean, he gets, because he deserves so much respect. This guy just continues just to put up numbers. He's loyal to Portland, and Portland's always in the mix. So what else can you ask for with Dame Dollar? So yeah, Dame Lillard should have definitely been the starter in that backcourt with Curry. Let's go to the East. You had for the East, you had Kyrie, Bradley Beal in the backcourt, and then you had Joel Embiid and Giannis, and who am I missing? Giannis, Joel Embiid. Kevin Durant. KD. So yeah, KD, Giannis, and Joel Embiid, and he had Kyrie and Bradley Beal. What do you think of the East?
Yes.
Would you make any change with the East, or you keep it the same?
Embiid finally is in there.
Yeah.
And finally, Bradley Beal has made an All-Star. Finally. There you go. Bradley Beal, finally. Oh, my God. This guy is a stud. And obviously, he's on a bad team right now with the Wizards, but he's balling out for them. And don't be surprised if he's mentioned in trade rumors at the trade deadline. So for Bradley Beal, he might get traded. But I love what the lineup. I love this lineup, actually, because you have size on the front court with Embiid, Durant, and you have Giannis. Man, speaking of wingspans, the Western Conference team better be ready, man, because those wingspans on the front court would be crazy with block shots, in my opinion. But I think there was a debate I saw on NBA TV where James Harden should have been in the starting lineup too, because the way he's been playing in Brooklyn since he's got there, but being the new point guard there, Kyrie gave up his point guard lead to Harden, and Harden is proving that he's a great passer. I think Harden should have been in the starting lineup, but if you think about it, there's no way. There's no wrong way you can go in the Eastern Conference here. I really like Giannis. Here when it comes to the Bucks, I'm surprised that. I think they're the most disappointed team right now in the league. They lost 5 in a row. No, they're not playing team basketball. I think here's the thing. I think they should have put Harden instead of Giannis. That's my one issue. But I know where they're coming from. The putting obviously Greek Freak, one of the best players in his country. So I see where they're coming from. But I think Harden, all around, he's having a better year than Giannis right now. And the Nets are winning games. They're on a 5-game win streak. To be honest, I think where I come from as a journalist and a fan, I think the NBA needs to do a better job of. I come from who's playing better basketball and who's on a winning streak. That's how I base it off from the All-Star people condition. So I feel like Harden should be in the lineup, and then Giannis could be in the reserve. But I see where they're coming from.
Yeah, with the East, I have no problem with the front court. I think it's Embiid, KD, Giannis. I think they put up the numbers. And they're on winning teams. Even though Milwaukee has struggled, Giannis is still one of the best players in the league. So I have no problem with that. Bradley Beal, deservedly so. He should definitely be in because I think he's the leading scorer in the league, averaging over 30 points. And the Wizards are terrible, but uh, the guy's putting up all-star numbers, and he's definitely has ascended and definitely have
Yeah,
gotten better and
for
better and
sure.
better. So he
But do
finally
you
deserved that.
but you see where I'm coming from though. I base it off from wins and
Winning,
how the
right?
team is playing, right? Yeah,
Yeah. So the only issue I have with the East, and I was talking about this on social media, is Kyrie, and then like
yeah,
Kyrie's putting up huge numbers. He just hasn't played enough. To me, he's been playing now, but he was out of the lineup. He was out
yeah.
a while. So my All Star would have been Jalen Brown for the
Oh
Celtics.
yeah, yeah, yes.
Um, I think he deserved to be in that backcourt over Kyrie. I think Kyrie got in by name recognition, and yes, Kyrie All Star. I mean, no
Yeah.
question about it. But I think for this season, I think Jalen Brown for what he's done, what he has improved
Oh
um,
yeah, for sure. Yep.
from last season to now to this season. I just it was such an improvement, and I mean he's averaging 20, 26, 27 points, something like that now, and he's balling. Boston's been up and down because with the injuries, and they've had a lot of issues with COVID too. But I mean Jalen Brown should have been the starting All Star, but Kyrie gets in. Kyrie's box office himself, so
Yeah.
it's if Kyrie was playing enough minutes or enough games, I think with James Harden, I think with the trade going to the East
Yeah.
that late in or that time, he's played. I don't know how many games he played so far. Now I think he's
Oh,
played 13,
17 games.
16 games. So I don't know if that was enough for him to be a starter either. But if he would have started from the beginning, James Harden probably would have been the starter actually.
Yeah.
Anyway, would have been him and Beal or him and Kyrie, probably more than likely. But I could because he went from the West to the East, so maybe that's why it was just too late, later in the season. But yeah, the All Star game. I mean, they named the reserves next week, so we'll see how. And the captains are KD and LeBron, so we'll see how they pick the team and who actually plays. That's the thing too. Is LeBron gonna sit out? He's still gonna participate, I'm sure, and everything. So we'll see what happens there. But I got two more for you, and then I'll let you go so we get ready for your show. Again,
Yeah.
tune in. We're gonna be doing some more conversations like this in the next probably like half hour or so. I wanted to talk about Naomi Osaka.
Yeah.
She wins her fourth Grand Slam for her career. I mean, this woman has done it all so far at this stage. I think she's the best. She's definitely the best women's player right now. She beat Serena in the semifinals and then just beat Jennifer Brady in straight sets. That was earlier today. That was this morning at 3:30 this
Wow.
morning,
Yeah.
and everything. But she won in straight sets. Again, her fourth Grand Slam for the 23-year-old. What was your take on Naomi? What's your take on Naomi Osaka now? She's the face of women's tennis right now.
Yeah. Naomi, man, she is inspiring. She's a hard worker. Man, she's a new wave of tennis, like you just said. And Serena, man, I just want to give kudos to Serena Williams for her to be able to have 23 Grand Slams in her career. That's tough. That's like LeBron having 4 rings and then Tom Brady having 7 rings. So Serena is by far she is the GOAT for tennis, women's tennis, and I'm sure she's going to continue her career. Hopefully for one more season. I don't know how long she's going to go for, but Naomi, man, she is a flat out star, and I love the way she goes about her business. She has a certain work ethic to her, and then obviously they have respect between each other, Serena and Naomi. But for her to be able to beat Serena and then win her 4th Grand Slam, like you just said, I think I think she can catch up to Serena. The way she's going, I really do think that she could be up there in the Grand Slams. But it's going to take a lot of hard work. But she can. I have a feeling that she can do it. And she, like you said, she's a new face of tennis. And these young girls, man. I'm a big advocate of women in sports, and this is amazing what we're seeing. And these young girls that are trying to get to their goals, they should look at Naomi's story and how she got here. So
I agree. I'm a huge fan of Osaka. Yeah, he said Serena still. I mean, Serena's the GOAT, and
yeah,
it was interesting when people were thinking that she should retire. I'm thinking to myself, no, she'll retire when she retires. Serena still is one of the better players in tennis, and she made it to the semifinals. She just lost to a flat out stud player, and on Naomi Osaka, who's the face of tennis right now. She's the one that's the best in the game right now. And Serena is still playing at a high level. I know it's been a struggle for her trying to win that 24, but what she's done for her career, and even today, she's still a good player. Serena is. So I hope Serena continues to keep playing. I think she will continue to keep playing and trying to pursue and get that 24. But right now, what Osaka has done on the court and off the court, like you said, inspiring. She has a voice. She fights for a lot of different things, and she's a big voice, and she has found the footsteps of what Serena and Venus, what they represent for women's tennis, for women's sports, for women in sports. So all those things, Osaka is following in those footsteps, and now she's becoming a winner, a winning player, a winning athlete. On top of that, I mean, much respect to Naomi Osaka. Like I said, winning her 4th Grand Slam. That's 2 Australian Opens, and she has 2 U.S. Open Grand Slam championships. So she's on the verge with the hard work, the dedication, if she can stay healthy and continue just to keep working at it. Yeah, she could. I mean, it's a tall task to try to get 23 and try to catch Serena. But right now, she's the best player in the world in tennis, and I think she's been that for the last couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I actually reached out to her to come on the show, but obviously she's been busy. So hopefully soon we can get her on the show. But man, speaking of perseverance, and her story is amazing, and kudos to her.
Yeah, much respect to Naomi Osaka. I knew I wanted to get that out because, like I said, that I'm big in for women in sports, and like I said, Serena's the GOAT. Serena to me is one of the, not just GOAT female, one of the GOAT athletes of all time, and what she's done for women's tennis itself and women in sports, and and the dominance she's had for her career. It's amazing that she still able to contend against players like Osaka, but you could just see the transition. Osaka's is just too good. Like, she has it all. She's the total package. She has this power. She has the serve. She can move. She's quick. She does a little bit of everything. She plays defense. Osaka's got it. So I hope she can get on it. Continue to win. Continue to have that string of great tennis, because she's a really, really great player right now. So props to both of them, man. Osaka and Serena, what they've done for women's tennis. But the last one I wanted to hit you up with was Fernando Tatis.
Ooh.
Gets that huge contract, man. Wow, $330 million for 14 years. Man. What do you think of that contract? And it's the third highest contract in Major League Baseball right now. What do you think of him getting at such a young age? And now the Padres, they're loaded up. So
Padres.
What do you think?
All I can say is, man, the NL West, buckle up. It's going to be between the Dodgers and the Padres. Both teams improved this offseason, obviously, with the pitching side. The Padres, man, they loaded up on pitching with Blake Snell, Yu Darvish, and their bullpen, Trevor Rosenthal. Man, it's not Trevor Rosenthal. Sorry, they got some bullpen pieces. Mark Melanson was one of them. Yeah. So, man, their bullpen's beefed up and their rotation's beefed up. All I can say is Padres gonna be a problem. The Dodgers, watch out. You got, obviously they have a talented team. Now you have Machado and Tatis locked up for a while.
Yeah,
so those are 2 cornerstone pieces. Oh, also they have Eric Hosmer, man. This infield is loaded. And what a great job by AJ Preller. He got knocked for doing that super team with Upton and Kemp. I think he learned from that experience, and he made smart moves, and it's paying off. And obviously Tatis, that's the type of contract you would give to Tatis Jr. This guy is a flat-out star, and he's showing it. And 14, I think Trout, he's the highest paid. I think his contract is above Trout contract, right? I think so.
Yeah, I mean, his contract, Tatis now is behind Mookie Betts and Mike Trout. They're the two, and he's got the third largest contract in Major League Baseball history. And as you said, this guy, I guess you could say he's right up there with those two guys when it comes to the best baseball players in baseball. And he has a chance. I mean, I still
think he's
Trout.
A legend of that. He's a legend of bat flips.
Yeah, the bat flips, and he brings so much excitement to the game, which needs it. And now he's gotten paid. The Padres are going to be a problem, but I agree with what Terrence said. He said Dodgers are still going to probably take it all. And watch out. The Dodgers have loaded up, and they did get Trevor Bauer. Justin Turner's coming back. Yeah, the Dodgers are loaded for the next 5 years at least, man. And but the Padres are going to be tough, man. And like I said, they've locked up Tatis now, so they don't have to worry about him. And I think they made a great investment, and he's the future. He's the future of baseball.
Yeah, but if you think about it, that rotation, you have Blake Snell, your number one starter, and you have Yu Darvish, and you have Paddock, Lament. Their rotation is deep now. I think the rotation is like it can go deep 8, deep 6, and it's crazy. And their offense obviously loaded. I love their offense, and man, it's gonna be a fun. It's gonna be a fun NL West for sure.
Yeah, fun baseball season in general. Baseball starting up soon. I know they just had pitchers.
Pitchers and catchers.
Catchers came in, and I think this next week is the hitters. So hopefully they can get through another season and safely with COVID still going on. But, they got to put the right protocols in, and I'm looking forward to baseball. But, yeah, when I saw Tatis got that huge deal, I was like, wow, this guy, man. And the thing is, like, he's just going to improve. He's only 23 years old. So he's going to continue to improve. He's starting to think his strikeouts he lowered his strikeouts. And now he's just becoming more disciplined with the bat. And man, it's gonna be an exciting season, man. I'm looking forward to baseball coming up.
Like speaking of I'm a Yankee fan, and speaking of contracts, we have Stanton on the books, but that's on the wrong side. Hopefully he can bounce back. Obviously, he's been injured, but when healthy, Stanton is one of the top players up there too. You can put him up there, but he needs to show more. I think the big key for the Yankees here, I think, is going to be Stanton, if he can stay healthy, and I'm hoping he does. But now the one concern for the Yankees is the judge must be looking at all these contracts, saying I'm a top player. I should be able to get this type of contract. I mean, that's really concerning for the Yankees because with the Tatis contract, I think Judge is looking at that contract now.
Yeah, for Judge, I think it's just all about health. It's all about the health because he can't stay healthy. Like he hasn't been healthy in like the last 2-3 years, and he had a big year a couple seasons ago. But now it's all about the health with Judge. If Judge can stay healthy, he's one of the better players too. I wouldn't put him up there with Betts and Trout, but he's the next tier when it comes to best players. Home run hitting machine. Great defensively, got an arm and everything. So, and like I said, the powers there. He's one of the most powerful hitters in baseball. But yeah, it's just all. I think with him, it's just all about the health, and the Yankees just in general. It's always all about the health. Their pitching staff and health. That's all. That's every year with the Yankees now. It's the pitching staff and their health. If they can just stay healthy and get their pitching staff right, the Yankees should be right in the mix again.
Yeah, for sure.
So. All right, man. Well, I'm going to let you go and get ready for, like I said, everyone tune into the NR Hours Instagram Live. I will be on there as a guest. We're going to continue these conversations in about 20 minutes or so. I'm going to upload this video on all social media platforms. Again, thank you for coming on to the show. Let everyone know where they can find you on social media.
Yeah, so no problem, Courtney. Thank you again for having me on. And what a way to end my transition here on your show, and you can find us on the NR Hour on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. And like I said, the show is going to keep going when I'm gone. And just continue supporting my co-host Alyssa, because she's one of the best out there when it comes to content and being a reporter. And she's well prepared, and you guys are in good hands as fans when you guys watch the show. And obviously more people will help her, including Courtney and his staff. But just continue watching our show, follow us, and follow Alyssa. And I'm sure she's going to bring more good guests on the show when I'm gone. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, good luck. I said I'll be talking to you real soon.
Yeah.
Back's the real deal in our hour Saturday. So we're gonna hit you guys up with all the content, and so tune in about 20 minutes or so. And T-Rod says best of luck to you, and he says he's gonna try and help out with the.
Yeah, thank you, T-Rod. I really appreciate you. And first of all, let me give a couple of shout outs here for your continued support on your show. Miss Moco Bella, a big shout out to her. A big shout out to T-Rod. A big shout out to Ben. Man, you guys continue. I love when Courtney set up these the shows on his Spreaker. You guys are the most consistent people that tunes in every weekend, man. So kudos to you guys for to helping out Courtney here. And like I said, you guys do a great job. And man, big shout outs to Ben, Miss Mocabella, T-Rod, Ben, and all these people who join into your shows. So.
I really appreciate that, man. Definitely. So yeah, I'll be talking to you soon. I'm gonna upload this, and thanks again, man. And like I said, best of luck, and I'll talk to you real soon.
Yeah, thank you. And I'll upload this too on my social media platforms.
Yes, thank you, man. All right, man. Talk to you soon.
Yep, no problem.
All right, later.